Well, hello guys, and hello to all the people that are watching us today. Today we're gonna have a special interview with Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt. Please welcome her. Hi Eleanor, how are you? Hi dear, I'm really happy to be here with you. So, what this interview is about is to ask Eleanor about the period of time between 1919 and 1945 in the United States. Since you were obviously really attached to Franklin Roosevelt, we are hoping that you can answer these questions, especially from this period of time. Well, of course I will. First question will be, when was the first meeting of the League of Nations and what happened to the United States according to the League of Nations? It was held in January 10th, 1920. It closed the deal about the Treaty of Versailles. 9 days later, after this first reunion, the US Congress voted against joining the League of Nations. In which year were women allowed to vote in the US? That was in 1920 as well. The 19th Amendment of the United States Constitution was the one that established women's suffrage. It was made by a woman named Susan B. Anthony, and the first elections in which women were allowed to vote were the ones where President Warren G. Harding won. What did Franklin Roosevelt do to end the Great Depression? He had a plan. It was called the New Deal. It made a lot of associations for workers so that money could run for the country. It took a few years to work out, but eventually it did. He also established the minimum wage program. What did Franklin Roosevelt's Lend-Lease Act stand for? The Lend-Lease Act was something that Franklin planned during the first stages of World War II. What it did was to provide $7 billion in military credits of American manufactured armed supplies for what later on would be our allies in World War II, like Britain and also, well, a little bit France. A year after that, the United States would lend the same things, but to the USSR, and it was just 1 billion instead of 7. What caused the United States to break its neutrality in World War II, and when? I remember it was on December 7th, 1941. Some Japanese fighter planes attacked Pearl Harbor in Hawaii and they destroyed the US Pacific fleet docked at the base. This caused Franklin to get really mad and he declared war on Japan. Later on, Germany declared war on the US because Japan were Germany's allies, and a few days later, Franklin responded to this declaration of war, declaring war as well to Germany. What was the role of Roosevelt involving atomic bombs? Well, when Franklin started to get involved between this A-bomb issue, at first it was a proposal from Albert Einstein. He told him about an A-bomb opportunity, and this caused the creation of the Manhattan Project. Einstein had arrived as a fugitive from Nazi Germany 6 years earlier on October 17, 1933. Years after that, during World War II, the development of the first atomic bomb was signed into agreement between Winston Churchill and, of course, Franklin. Which was the most terrifying experience for the US in World War II? I would definitely say that the greatest tragedy that the US experimented during World War II was when 2 ships at a port in California that carried munitions exploded. This caused the death of 320 Americans. Which was the greatest attack from the US to Germany? This attack was the one that caused Germany to surrender. It was when 1,250 US bombers attacked Berlin. This caused Hitler to announce a day after the attack that his own industries and military installations were definitely destroyed. Franklin died due to a brain hemorrhage a month later.
Into the streets, we're coming out, we never sleep.